You know what's really creepy is that thousands of people are watching me. You know what's even creepier than that? That I can actually see who you are. That's right, YouTube has so much analytics that it would blow your mind. A lot of times my mind is blown by analytics. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are a YouTube channel that talks about high-end collectibles, extreme traveling, and sometimes about YouTube. So this is a big hobby of mine. It's kind of a passion. And thankfully it does produce some income for me, and I have fun doing it. But today I wanted to talk about how in-depth the analytics with YouTube are, that I can see what age you are, where you're located, why don't you have any pants on. It is absolutely nuts. Now, because this is just a hobby of mine, and I'm a pretty busy guy, just like you, that's why you're sitting here watching a YouTube video. If I really wanted to make a career out of this, I'll tell you this, I would be looking at the analytics every day because you can actually pivot on what you're doing with your content so that you can actually get more views. And some of the crazy stuff we're going to look at today, I think will just absolutely blow your mind. For example, 2/3 of the people watching are watching for the first time almost every video. That's just nuts. So hopefully today, whether you have your own YouTube channel, you're thinking of starting one, or you just want to know how shit works, this will kind of interest you. Now, as a disclaimer, I've done some videos in the past about how YouTube works. Before we dive into the analytics, I want to briefly revisit those. There's actually a lot more of these videos than I thought. So first right here is, what if YouTube booted me? This was really recent and it talks about other platforms I've been on and some of how strict the rules can be on YouTube. Another one decently recent is really if you're a smaller channel and you want to grow fast, it's some tips and tricks I learned, and some of those are from the analytics we are going to talk about. This video right here is an older video, but I noticed when I'm making a video, I usually say the same things over and over or the same mannerisms. So I just wanted to point them out and kind of make fun of myself. This one right here is, how do I come up with different content? Like right now, how did I come up with this idea? What do I use as a guide to put out hundreds and hundreds of videos every single year, year after year? This one right here is the mistakes that a lot of YouTube channels make, because I've probably seen 90% of ones that start just never seem to get there. This video is probably the most interesting one. It actually shows how much money I make on certain videos and why the algorithm is so weird. Views and subscribers do not necessarily correlate to money or vice versa. This is why I love doing YouTube and why I hate doing YouTube. It's kind of a top 10, 5 of each subject on what's so great about it for me and what I absolutely hate about it. Older video, but it's still pretty valid. This is an older video as well. I have a series of these where I was reading YouTube hater comments, and I have very few of these anymore, which I don't know if it feels like I miss those, but it's funny. You should watch it. This one was when they were going to suspend all toy-related content from YouTube, and I made a prediction that they wouldn't do that, and I was right. I just like to bring that up because I'm married and I never get to say I'm right. This is my bottom performing videos, and it's a few years old, but it shows videos that just get absolutely no views, a couple hundred views at most. Hopefully this video we're doing now won't fall in there. And this one is reading viewers' comments that just cracked me up. As much as I want to recognize haters, I want to recognize these people even more. All right, so these will be entirely new information. Check it out. It's going to be pretty raw.
That's what she said.
But I'm going to walk you through as I interpret this. Again, it's not something I dive into all the time. Really, this is just a hobby for me, but it's a fun hobby, and of course, I like to see it successful. So specifically, we're going to look at the analytics, and again, that really tells you what's going on with all your videos. The first page, the overview, is just a summary generally of the last 28 days up here, but of course, you can actually change that. So views, this is how many views you're getting per day, getting about 4,000 views per day. You can see there's a few spikes sometimes when an old video gets more popular. The difference between these down here are shorts and long videos. And of course, these are people just tuning in. We don't know how long they tune in unless we look at this. So this gives you a little bit more time, about 5.7 hours per day. You can see that it fluctuates subscribers, again, how many subscribers we're gaining, and of course the estimated revenue off these videos. So this is every single video. It shows each one. Then over here on the right, again, it just gives you a little bit more countdown by the day, how many views in the last 48 hours. We've had about 9,000 people tune in. And the top content, it's been a slow week, but it also gives you a top content over the last 24 hours, or sorry, the last 28 days. So for example, my room tour that I did just about a year ago now, actually, is still my top performing video. It's gotten 5,000 views. I haven't had any what you would call banger videos that came out in the last 28 days or so, so it's a good time to really dive into these analytics and see what's going on. You see that my wife painted this, and then also it gives you average view duration, which is a huge thing. Typically, not always, depending on the length of the video, the longer people view the video, the more YouTube's going to show it over and over again. So while that doesn't follow the flow here, this is a much longer video. I think this is like a 30-minute video compared to a 10-minute video here. So you can see that you are getting a little bit longer viewing depending on what's going on here. And then, of course, some recent uploads with in the top 28. So really, it's some of my older videos that are performing. So if we look at the actual content, this will separate it a little bit more. New viewers, 23,000 in the last 28 days are from videos. And as you see, I've talked about shorts before. They're kind of a necessary evil, even though I don't enjoy doing it. But typically, people who view the shorts, they don't come back. So it's just in their stream, they go. But the people who view the longer videos are more. And this is who we get subscribers from, a little bit of both. And then viewers across formats, you can see my videos only. A lot of people watch both. So I only have a few viewers based off of shorts. And again, that's kind of the way I like it, the way I want it. So this is how many times are they showing my videos. So 43% of the time YouTube is recommending some of my content. So they've shown it to 1.4 million people in the last 28 days. And then 60,000 people have actually clicked on those. Those are just impressions. So there are other ways to find the video, as you can see on the right here, the traffic sources. So browse features, people just browsing through YouTube. People specifically typing in a YouTube search item. So Wolverine statue, whatever that is. People finding me through shorts, and then again, suggested videos, those are right at the top, which is really where you want to get going, and that's how it's important to create a great thumbnail, great interaction, great comments, great likes. The more you can do that, the more they're going to suggest your video. And then other channel pages also, and then it filters down even more. So that's kind of a good summary, and again, you can really dive into different playlists, just go videos alone. It'll give you some of the content you saw on the first page. It'll show you when people drop. So here you can see when people start to drop. It's usually around the 60% mark. Some of the lower videos are 50%. And here is a summary. This is of the most recent video. So I've talked about this before. There's a huge cliff. You can see that people are dropping down to 62%. This is right after the intro. So I typically keep about 3/4 of the people, which is, from what I read, pretty strong. If you think about how short the attention span of people are and how quickly you jump out of videos. And I keep them engaged for a good amount of time. You can see that. So 50% within that average. And again, we can look at, let's look at another video here. Life lessons I've learned. So this isn't statue content, so you're going to see a much bigger drop. People who just like me and tune in, they're like, I'm not really interested in this. And then as I tell them life lessons I've learned that they disagree with, or it's just not entertaining to them, maybe they drop off more and more. But this is the typical curve you see. And then by the end, right here is when I do my outro. So a lot of people don't even listen, even though I try and put in golden nuggets for you. Here's a travel video that didn't do so well, and again, it has a huge drop. So because of that, YouTube didn't show it to a lot of people, didn't recommend it a lot, didn't give a lot of impressions, so there's a lot less views on the video overall. So you can learn a lot of things from that. Audience. So this is a big one. So returning viewers in the last 28 days. I had 18,000 people come back to my videos who always do. And I find about 15,000 of you are regular watchers all the time. But you choose and select what content, probably based off of how busy your life is, what interests you. But this is the crazy thing. First-time viewers. This is always like this. It's always an imbalance. I always say a lot of people aren't subscribed, but like to watch. That's these people right here. And maybe they're just watching one video. Maybe they're just watching more. But you can see where things that really interest people. So like the shorts here, my at-home old fashion, really weird content that got a lot of viewers from outside the normal realm because it's a different subject than statues. This one right here was the Dark Knight Metal Batman statue line. Who knows why? This one right here was collectibles everywhere. So the shorts really bring in those new viewers, but they don't seem to stay. So these are the videos that helping my audience grow. Like I said, it's been a slow few months, so not really a lot. This statue helped me grow, so this is tied directly to subscribers, which we're going to look at in a little bit. And you can see videos or other channels that of people that watch me. They typically watch DT's Greek Geek Show, which is DT, who's an amazing channel, Prime One Studio, and so on and so forth. So this shows what time of the day that people actually watch my video. So the darker purple, the more. So apparently none of you all have fucking jobs because you like to watch it in the middle of the day and you don't watch it in the mornings at night. But especially Friday afternoon and Saturday and Sunday afternoon is when I get most of the views. Here is just very similar to above channels that other people watch. These are the most recent videos that people watched. Subscriber bell notifications. So these are the subscribers who have turned on all notifications. Is very few of you, which is, you know, makes sense. Again, watch time from subscribers. I always talk about 60% aren't subscribed. And format that people like to watch, videos, shorts, lives, it breaks that down. Breaks it down by gender. So 10% of the people that watch are female. And 90% are male, and then the age range is kind of that, not even middle age, but starting at late 20s all the way up to mid-50s. So kind of my age range right in there. And then the majority of people don't watch them with subtitles. Some people do use subtitles. And again, of course, not surprisingly, 50% of the people that watch me, English is generally their native language, and then it breaks down from there. And again, you can really get deep into this, saying if it's videos or shorts. So next thing we're going to look at is the revenue. Again, it tells me how much money I make from each video, which is always a little bit different, how much I make each month. It's not a ton of money, even for having 30,000 subscribers, but it's nice to get a little bit extra bank. And of course, I do have to claim that as taxes. And it tells you which video gives you the most money. I've shown this kind of in a video before. And this is where I talked about my travel videos. So this is a... I went here in January, and I just did a quick video on it, and it's making me more money than other videos. And then, of course, you can really dive into where the money's coming from. And most of mine's just from watching. So, research, this one I've never really dove into, but apparently it likes to show DT's face everywhere, which is fantastic, because he's got a great one. But other videos related to the Extreme channel. So these are from websites. These aren't necessarily from... YouTube itself, but this is just really honestly the cusp of it. You can dive in and look at so much stuff and get really, really into it. So like, for example, if we went into watch time hours and then we actually, let's look at the individual video itself. So the views, obviously, before it was launched, there were 0 views. Then there was a few when it first started. And it got more and more and more, and then it kind of decreased off. So this is a growing line graph. It got me 3 subscribers, this video of my wife. It made me 17 bucks. People watched it for a total of 304 hours. So it also gives you encouragement when you're doing things right. And this is real time, so last few days, 48 hours, had a few more people watch it. Continues to stream in. And then it gives you actual facts, like regular viewers of your channel chose to watch the video 8% of the time it was shown instead of the normal 5 to 6. So that's a good thing. That means the subject or the thumbnail was enticing. Also, it was a longer view duration, only by 3 seconds. My average view duration is pretty good. It's about 4 or 5 minutes, which I know a lot of other channels are 1 to 2 minutes. And again, these are very specific how people found this video. this specific video. So you can get really, really deep into this.
That's what she said.
But it's pretty cool that they offer this to you. And if this was my full-time job, I would probably be studying this on a daily basis and making pivots because of it. Really? So hopefully you were at least entertained by that. If not, took something away from it. A lot of times you can take things away from analytics. But at the very least, we're still doing a statue giveaway. We're getting really close. We're 1,500 subscribers away, so it should be later this year. Throw down in the comments below if you learned anything new or just whatever the hell you want to say, because that could win you a statue. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you got to be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you want to make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Again, really appreciate it. This is very different content and it doesn't interest a lot of people, so if you watched, thank you. I appreciate you. Even though you don't have any pants on. I respect that. That used to be my mantra. If you've been watching for a long time, you know that. Talk to you soon. Take care.